What will LaxRatz bring in week 2? A blitz, a dodge, and a shot leaking through. The home team's jerseys and turf a bright blue, players colliding and toppling more than a few. Sticks flying, shot denying, goalies crying nuts. Make the pass, bury the shot. Wait, what? Shot to the top shelf, laid out on the bottom shelf. Defending the crease, though this attacker won't cease. This shot's like a missile, and this play draws a whistle. The shots are sometimes amazing, and so are the sellies. So many to choose from, like meats in the deli. I don't think he saw that, but you will on LaxWrap. Hey, hello again, LaxRatz Nation. Chopper here. I got the coach alongside. Tauli is in the field on assignment. We're going to hear from her later, but we want to get you guys started on what's going on in the SoCal Lax community this week. And Coach, I'm going to send it right out to you first. And I understand it is Ferris Bueller's day off at the Jewett household. What's going on?
Yeah. My kids are home from school again. So for those of you out there, we're dating ourselves, but Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a classic movie. I highly recommend everyone go see it. I think my kids are pulling a Save Ferris today, so they are home and with me. So maybe we'll get them in for some predictions, Chopper.
Definitely. Go ahead and get started, and you can bring them in anytime you want.
Okay, yeah, great. So, it's just starting out with everything going on with the season, and we got an interview with Ernie, Coach Ernie, who we talked about last week, doing a great job at Brentwood, and he's got the Berserkers. Maybe Coach Ernie will get you some nice swag, Chopper, a nice Berserker shirt. Ernie, can you hook Chopper up, please? So we got that going on. And then again, we talked about Devin last week. We got an interview with Devin, who's the new coach at Notre Dame. He's got that Bears program that he started, Westside Bears. So we're going to cut to them, see what's going on, and he's going to plug his program a little bit. I can't wait to see it.
Hi, I'm Coach Ernie. I'm the head coach at Brentwood School. The keys for us is just making sure that our guys, run up and down the field. We got a really good attackman in Jackson Tomac, and we have some great guys that can score goals. Our offense is where our bread and butter is at, so we're just hoping we can come out strong, win those faceoffs, and push that tempo. This season, brand new at Brentwood, we have a very exciting team. It's an exciting place to be at. The guys are great. They're working hard. They're pushing themselves, and I really foresee a really great season for these guys this year. So both myself and Coach Devin, we just started as first years at our respective schools, and we're right down the road from each other. So we're expecting this to become somewhat of a fun rivalry. So we're looking forward for today's matchups and for every matchup in the future. Shout out to LaxRatz. Thank you for all you do. Keep up the good work.
Hi, I'm Devin Maxwell, Notre Dame Lacrosse High School.
Fans love you that we're just like, we have 3 guys with the ball.
Keys to today's game is a lot of hustle, ground balls, fast pace, and a lot of goals. Our goals for the season is just improving on last season. A lot of these guys here have had some growing, and keep growing and developing is our main goal for this season. It's my first year at Notre Dame, and it's been exciting. Some of the expectations I have is just to continue to compete in the Mission League, beat up a couple of Mission League teams, and upset a couple other teams outside of the other leagues. Shout out LaxRatz, keeping us fresh on Instagram. Let's go.
And then I got one of my guys, Anthony, one of my attackmen. He's a junior. I love this kid, hard worker. Excuse my daughter here, Dawson, hard worker, great kid, great work ethic, super entrepreneurial. He started something called 9A Lacrosse, where he's stringing sticks and he's dyeing sticks, and he does an unbelievable job. So we're going to talk to him a little bit, and then love for guys to send them their sticks and everything they got, and he'll get it done.
Hey LaxRatz Nation, I'm Anthony Bielia. I run 9A Lacrosse. It's on Instagram. I do strings and custom dyes. And if you want to reach out to get strings, get a stick strung by me or dyed by me, reach out 9A Lacrosse on Instagram. Thank you.
Hey, so yeah, I got my kids home from school, and I got my son Will here. He's a first grader. He's my O coordinator at Bosco. He's also my head of security, Chopper. So if you see him around me, don't make any sudden moves, all right? So Will's gonna make a quick prediction. He loves college lacrosse. And Will, come on in here. I wanna hear what you gotta say. Do you have a prediction for who's gonna win the NCAA championship this year? What 2 teams are gonna play and who's gonna win?
Two teams are going to play, Virginia versus Duke, and I think Virginia's going to go for 3.
Wow. Okay. He's saying three-peat.
Wow.
Three-peat for Virginia. Maybe we'll get that out to Lars, Tiffany, and see what he has to say. Do you have a sleeper team, Will, that someone should look for that you think could make the tournament this year? Who do you like?
I think it's Brown.
You think it's Brown?
I think Brown's going to be good this
Okay.
year. They stayed with North Carolina.
Okay.
So I really think they might make the playoffs or something
Okay.
and get something going.
I love it. I love it. There it is.
I'm filling my bracket
Virginia's
out
gonna
right
win.
now. I'm filling my bracket out right now.
Brown's the sleeper. You watch. They stay with UNC. Good job. And now, hey, we got my daughter's going to come in. Come on, Dawson. Dawson has been to more lacrosse tournaments than she'd like to admit. And she's going to make a prediction on who's her favorite high school team in Southern Section this year. Who is that, Dawson?
Bosco.
Say that again.
Bosco.
It's Bosco. It's St. John Bosco is what she
All
said.
right. All right. So first of all, Dawson, you are a doll, and that's a great note. And by the way, the word is out on Bosco. I drove by one of your practices, Coach, and I saw 3 guys that look as big as behemoths out there. I've never seen them before. What's going on with your program?
Well, we got athletes at Bosco, which is exciting. And we're getting 2 and 3 sport athletes, and we're getting some of the football players who have played before to come out and play. So it's a great group. I love being around them, and I'm excited to see what we can do this year.
Well, I got news for you. Everybody better watch out. Don't sleep on Bosco, because Coach admitted to me off the air that they look pretty good, and he's usually pretty tight-lipped about what's going on out there. So
we're okay.
And
we're
Dawson
okay.
doesn't lie either. Dawson, she knows her stuff.
No.
I don't lie.
All right.
No.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, she clearly got her looks from her mom, because she is
You're right.
a doll. Hard to believe she's your kid, Coach.
I know. I don't know. I agree. I don't know what happened.
Coach, great wrap. Awesome stuff going on out there. And I want to update a few more things on the boys' side before we move over. First, a couple of scores. Foothill, break up the Foothill Knights. They are back in force again. They won their season opener 18-3. Newbury Park boys, we've been talking about the girls a lot in the last season or two. Their boys won in overtime. Apparently, Donovan Wyrick ripped off a rocket shot from about 25 yards out, and with the overtime game winner goal. San Juan Hills boys, we're hearing some new schools this year that are exciting. They beat Huntington Beach, but quite a bit of drama at the end of the game. The clock had 1 second to go. They were called, there was a flag for calling a timeout when they didn't have possession, which means that they sort of duped the officials into calling that timeout. Not if it was intentional or not, but lengthy discussion by the refs. They called the game, and what resulted was pandemonium at the end. Hide the women and children, with the San Juan Hills players running out on the field. And I think we may have video of that. And like I said, you may want to run for cover when you see that video. Redondo, actually, I'm going to talk about Mater Dei. They won their season opener against Brophy, and their next 2 games are out in Las Vegas. And their first home game will be March 9th. I want to lead into Tauli's section by talking real quick about the girls. Coach was just banging on touchdown Tommy Borgia last week, but Borgia managed to recover from that scathing review from Coach, and Coach's team up against Rancho Santa Margarita. They beat Rancho Santa Margarita 10-9 in overtime. And here's the funny thing. Rancho Santa Margarita had 9 goals in the first 27 minutes. I mean, the route was on, but they didn't score another goal for the rest of the game and overtime. Kylie Thompson, who's number 5, had 4 goals for Redondo in the second half, including the game winner in overtime. And the goalie, Morgan Washington, and Morgan, here it is pronounced Vlashin. So Morgan, you don't have to call me up. We don't have to start a 4-week thing on how to pronounce your name. It's Morgan Vlashin. 15 saves in that game. I wish I'd been out there to see that one, because it sounds like there was a ton of drama. All right, there's more to go on the girls' side. As we mentioned, Tauli is on location. But Tauli, why don't you pick it up from here and tell us what you got?
Hey Chopper, and hello to you too, Coach. I'm sorry I can't be with you guys live this week, but I still have you covered with some girls content. So now for our second week of Coach's Corner, I interviewed Newbury Park's head coach, Michelle Yarger. They lost against Foothill last year in the championship game, but they are taking on Foothill again here soon, and they don't have necessarily any expectations but to go out and have fun, and this team is really expected to show out. Here's our full interview. All right, Coach Michelle Yarger, Newbury Park High School for Girls Lacrosse. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm well. So your team made it all the way to the championship game last year against Foothill. Wasn't the outcome your team was looking for with a final score of 21-5 Foothill, but you guys are getting back together and playing them here soon. What's the different approach this time?
I didn't even know that was the score. There's really no different approach. I mean, they shut down Emma. We don't have Emma this year, so I guess we're just going to feed off their approach. I think we're just, we have no expectations. I think last year we spent a lot of time watching film, reviewing film, and not focused on what we could do. And so this year we're really staying in our lane and focusing on Newbury Park lacrosse and not so much who we're playing or what we're doing.
You can watch the full video on our YouTube channel.
You know, Coach, I'm not sure if you've caught wind of this. I'm sure you have. You've got an ear to the ground. But San Juan Hills, we've been talking about them off and on this season. Coach Denny Lafreniere, and Denny, if that's wrong, or if anybody wants to ping me, that sounds French again. That's kind of how I got off track last year with the modern day goalie, I think. But Denny Lafreniere's team is a team to keep an eye on. Last year, CIF quarterfinal in the spring of 21. This year, they got 15 returning seniors. They've got 17 seniors in total, and 4 juniors, 5 sophomores that make up the varsity squad. We asked him for impact players, and he said, I don't want to give you a scouting report on that, but apparently they've got a couple of real horses there. So keep an eye on San Juan Hills boys as we go along. Okay, it is time for the Adrenaline Top 10 Plays of the Week, brought to you by Adrenaline. And remember that the number 1 play receives the Adrenaline Vendetta 2.0 Performance Socks. I got more to update on the LaxRatz swag after this, but unfortunately I have not scored the Adrenaline socks yet. Coach hasn't either. And I don't think they make them small enough for Tauli's feet. So let's flip out to the Adrenaline Top 10 Plays of the Week. At number 10, and here's a huge LaxRatz Nation shout out to the Crespi Celts boys lacrosse team. So often we're calling out individual plays and team accomplishments, but this week we're recognizing a group of young men who are playing on after a teammate went down several weeks ago with a life or death situation. These highlights of Crespi in the dark jerseys represent a strong showing in their first game back. Though they lost to Westlake by 1, they won over all of LaxRatz Nation with their grit and determination. Faced with such a dire set of circumstances at such a young age, this group serves as an example to all of us about how to rise up and draw inspiration from the struggles of a teammate. Number 9, thanks to a fan for this one, gorgeous snow-capped mountains, the backdrop, West Ranch in the light jerseys, and it's Murrendomic with the pretty PDB. At number 8, it's Miracosta in green, and in an age of specialization, it's fun to watch a jack of all trades practicing his craft. The Mustang long pole, number 10, demonstrates the stick check, the ground ball, the stiff body check, the clear, and finally the dime. Kid can do it all. At number 7, we've got Loyola in blue and PV in white, and it's the Sea Kings Van Borda doing the dirty work, breaking up the Cubs' clearing effort and then working through 3 defenders to score. Number 6, Sierra Canyon in the dark jerseys, and here's a trifecta for number 25, Bo Stillmack. First, it's the catch and shoot, then it's the dodge and shoot in tight space, and finally it's the change of direction, the spin, and the look away laser. Bo knows lacrosse. At number 5, back to the Battle of the Titans, and it's Loyola with the payback. Fogos are history, aren't they? This is face-off and score. The goalie still can't find it. At number 4, it's Harvard Westlake in the white jerseys, and a different approach for face-off. This time it's win it, pass it some more, and then bury it. Number 3, this whole game was worthy of top play mention. This was a summit meeting between 2 powerhouse girls teams, Redondo Union in red and Santa Margarita in white, in a tale of 2 halves. Santa Margarita scored 9 goals in the first 27 minutes and then did not score again, as the Lady Seahawks soared back to win it 10-9 in OT on the strength of 4 goals by number 5 Tauli Thompson, including the game winner. Number 2, St. Francis in light, PV in dark, and the Sea Kings long pole takes off, and you can tell he knows. Makes sure he's not being followed, fakes the pass, and then rips it top shelf left. And he knows, yes, he knows, that's right where Grandma keeps the peanut butter. Number 1, here we go. It's Newbury Park in the dark jerseys, and it's overtime. Man up and watch the patience perimeter passing until number 9, Donovan Wyrick, decides he's had enough drama and puts a definitive end to things. Here comes the celly, and watch Donovan show us the hops as he bounds into the victory scrum. But wait, there's more OT. Westlake's in dark and Sierra Canyon's in white. Tough situations call for big-time players, and who else but number 3, Ben Graham, who demonstrates that if at first you don't succeed, try again. Incredible effort and blistering shot. If you get into a street fight, this is who you want to take with you. So this week's Adrenaline Top Play goes to Newbury Park's Donovan Wyrick and Sierra Canyon's Ben Graham. Double dose of adrenaline swag.
Well, as always, there can be outstanding plays that don't make the top 10 list. We want to take a look at them. So let's take a look at the best of the rest.
So there are your top 10 plays powered by Adrenaline, and the
Chop,
yeah.
Chop, you got to talk social media.
Oh, yeah, social media. So social media, follow us on Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
Look at last week's show, and Tauli will tell you exactly where to go to follow us on social media.
You can follow us at LaxRatz on Twitter and Instagram. We'll comment back. And of course, we have our bi-weekly newsletter. It may have ended up in your spam folder on your email. So please check that at LaxRatz. And of course, subscribe to us on YouTube to watch this awesome weekly show.
But definitely like us, follow us, and send us your videos for sure. All right, we're getting ready to wrap things up, and it looks like the coach has abandoned ship. The kids are in charge of the house, and you're in the backyard now. Is that right?
Yeah. Complete chaos here. So yeah, pull the ripcord.
We'll hope you survive that one. That's going to do it for this week's LaxWrap. For our co-host in absentia, Tauli Anderson, and for the coach, Chris Jewett, this is Chopper saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.